Hello, welcome to another episode of Myva and Me, and I am so glad that we can keep this going because we got another set of comments and questions to be talked about this episode. So basically, what this series thing is that Myva, will take your comments, your questions, and speak to you directly via video. Isn't that great? Isn't that cool? So let's just get into it. Melissa the Cosa says, where to find though? Most of those language groups cater to the Japanese learning English. The only one I did find stopped hosting them in a quiet cafe and decided that putting it in a bar where people drink and make noise was a better environment for a Japanese conversation.
Well, that's just silly.
Alright, so first one's up is Melissa. Melissa, okay, so the whole Japanese groups, right? If you cannot find a Japanese group in your area, you need to create a Japanese group. Gotta create one. And I know it may suck, but there's actually some sites online that have, I think it's like Meetup. It almost sounds like a dating site, but where it's like, I think it's like Meetup.com and some other sites. I don't know if it's not, because I don't exactly know where you are in the world, right? Maybe you're in Japan. I don't know. Maybe you are in the States. I'm in Canada, so for me, I just look up for sites that have like a meetup, a scenario. So people who they orchestrate, events, events of like, oh, we're gonna go here and do this, and we go. But it doesn't have to be like another person doing that. It can be you. You can just go online and find the groups that you're already in and like make a message of like the people who are in your area and send out that, hey, it's almost like going on Craigslist and making an ad and saying, hey, meet me at this place and let's talk about Japanese. It sounds weird, but always okay. Here's my advice. All right, here's my advice. All right, so you can go to like the cafe you said, and go to a cafe and invite people who potentially speak Japanese, or people who can speak Japanese and English to a good proficiency, and exchange something. Have an exchange. Have a chat. You're just having a cup of coffee or tea. I'm a tea man, and just do that. And talk. Maybe it won't just be about Japanese and English alone. Maybe because like they're languages, right? But you're gonna communicate something, right? So it could be something about your work, or it can be something about their work, and they can use that as therapy for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you might hear some like messed up stuff from some people, but that's completely random. It's completely random. You don't know what you're gonna get when you talk to another person, right? Just like you're talking to me, right? So just do that. Go orchestrate your own event. Go and call people up who have no English and Japanese, or make the effort with the Japanese ability you have right now and contact people to meet up. Get them a good offering. Sell yourself in a way that is gonna benefit the both of you. All right. Cameron says, I think that may be my plan. My weakness was grammar, which I have gotten better at, but my listening and speaking can definitely use work.
What was that? We need emotional content. Don't think. Feel. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
Also, I watch far too much Dragon Ball because I know SS means self-study, but in my mind it means Super Saiyan. Alright, Cameron. I don't even know if you watched the first one, man. I was talking about you like way in the beginning of the video. But anyways, yes. When I made the SSTJ, the SSTJ thing, self-study, I actually, because I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan myself, and Team Vegeta. Screw Goku. What? I like Goku and Vegeta, but Vegeta's the underdog, but I know, okay, now I know why Vegeta's the underdog, because he too stubborn. He need to, like, when I look at Goku and I look at Vegeta, I know I'm going to a whole Dragon Ball Z kind of thing right now, but hear me out. When I see Goku and Vegeta, and I see the way Vegeta trains, and I see the way how Goku trains, Goku always has a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Goku always has a teacher. Vegeta's, like, first teacher ever was Whis. That's it! Whis and, like, his father, you know? And most of the time he did recon missions, you know, into different planets, whatever. He was just naturally strong from birth, so he didn't actually have to train, you know? And the one time that he actually had to start training was after he got beat by Goku, right? And that messed with him. Actually, it wasn't even when he got beat by Goku. It was when Frieza, he turned into a Super Saiyan and he fought Frieza, and then that turned into this, like, oh, you know, he's a legendary Super Saiyan for my race, you know, something that never existed for thousands of years, and I'm the Prince of all Saiyans, and what do I have, you know? And then after that, he had the ambition to train. That's why every time they're like rivals, in a sense, it's just him to prove his pride, and this is like the whole thing about Vegeta's pride. But yeah, I just wanted to say that, you know. And going into the question, the grammar wise, you need to have a strong grammar. Like you have to have a strong foundation in your grammar, or because like I said before in another video, is that it's a puzzle piece. Like it think of the language as a puzzle, and if you don't have the grammar, you can't figure out the rest of the puzzle. You can't, right? So once you get, you know, conjunctions right, you get your how to use you know, verbs and how to put words in the right context and the right situations, you know, because the situational context, right? And what words are used to describe things, you know. I can go into detail, but on the top of my head, I can't just, like, you know, throw it out there. But if you don't have those bases, because for me it comes out naturally, right? Because I've been doing it for so long, right? And I've really strengthened on the grammar, because I know that if I don't strengthen the grammar, I can't. It's because it's a stepping stone, right? And there's nothing more I can touch on that. You have to strengthen your grammar, because like grammar can only go that far. And when you finish doing the grammar, you know, all you have is, you know, is vocabulary, and that goes on forever, because humans, you know, us humans, are making, you know, words like almost all the time. Every year is like a new word. You know, some words from the Japanese language has actually been put into the Webster dictionary as karoshi. So like, karoshi in Japanese means, you know, death by work, or overworking yourself to death, right? That's what basic, you know, translation is, right? And they took that and put it into Webster dictionary. So English, I was gonna say ego. English is always changing. You know, English is always getting more words in there, right? So you can't beat the vocabulary game, but you can keep up with it to the average public or above average, you know? Because even if you're a genius, you can't learn all the vocabulary in the world. You can't. Like, you can't in that frame of, you know, in that frame of the language, right? You can't learn everything. So just do your best with vocabulary, because that's all you can do. With grammar, you have to do it to the point that it's like it's embedded in you. You know, this is like the actual code. This is the original code of you. You know, I don't know why I took that route, but yeah, that's my advice to you, bro. Keep up. That doesn't make any sense. I feel for you, because we Dragon Ball Z fans. So you can do it.
Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? it! Just do it! Yes, you can!
Takwan says, brother in the States just hit me up wanting to know a good kanji app for an iPhone. Any ideas? Okay, Takwan, I don't know if it's saying your name right, but Takwan, best apps I know. Let's check my phone right now. Okay, so best apps I know for Japanese is it's called Tsukiji. Tsukiji. I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna focus this for you. It's called Tsukiji, and hey, I got like 48 lots of power over there. Okay, so Tsukiji is a pretty good app, and it has. I'm doing like a complete review for this thing. It has like all of the characters from I think from from N4 or N5 to N1 and beyond that, you know. So download that app because I use that app and I am very advent on it. I'm using it like all the time. Okay, so some of the things that are wrong with this app, right? I'm gonna let you know, is that sometimes it will glitch, so it won't stay on for very long after you. Because if you're using it like me, if you're going over like an hour or 20 or 30 minutes on it, right? Eventually, some of the graphics of it start to chip away. I don't know how to describe it properly, but like it'll malfunction sometimes, right? But it doesn't matter. Just reset the app again, and you should be fine. You know, it's really useful. The one thing that's good in this app is that it gives like a quiz or a test, and also it gives a quiz test, and then it gives it's a quiz, test, and then this vocabulary. There is no flashcards in it. But it might as well be flashcards because you can sideswipe. So you can sideswipe on it. So you can just like sideswipe from I was going backwards. Chew and side. I'm reading this backwards, guys. I'm reading this backwards. It's just like Joatan. No, it's Kyoku. This is like EQ and beyond. But I don't know this one. So anyways, that is Tsukiji, or Tsukiji, not Tsukiji, Tsukiji. Tsukiji. So use that app. It's very useful. Let's see if I have anything else. Here's another tip. Change, if you use Facebook, I know you use Facebook. Use the Facebook app, or use what's it called? Facebook, and change your settings from English into Japanese. I do that for almost all my social networks, except I think for Twitter. No, I changed my Twitter into Japanese. So yeah, just do that, and that will put because you want to build an environment, right? You want to make this as your second language, right? Make it priority. Okay, moving on. Gary Constant says, very helpful because I'm struggling. Alright, Giddy. So I am assuming you are in Japan, and that is awesome, man. Funny thing about your name, Getty is in Japanese is like diarrhea. Well, Bashir Hassan says, it's the complete opposite for me. Have tos don't push me forward, want tos do. When I used to learn languages for fun, I made much faster progress and could stick to my schedule no problem. Now that I could literally calculate how much time I dedicate to a language can pay off, income-wise, and I just can't seem to be able to study anymore. Most of the fun is gone. Hassan, I'm just gonna call you Hassan because I don't know how to say your name properly. So, I know at some point the passion, the passion you have for the language learning, it dies off. You have to keep on reigniting that flame, man. And for me, how I reignite the flame is that, well, not exactly reignite the flame itself. For me, is that I keep listening, or I put. This is why having something that in your life that you like in that culture, and putting it as a part of your life. You know, because you put it as a part of your life, the flame doesn't actually really die. It just kind of like hibernates. You know, when you're doing other stuff in another language. You know, so for me, in English, I usually speak English all the time with my friends, whatever. But when I'm online or when I'm doing work, right, I do it in Japanese, right? And for me, when I study when I do the Kanji Kente, when I do my study thing, alright, is that I go and do that, and I have motivational stuff in the background playing. So I have like, you know, some motivational speakers called Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar and Napoleon Hill. I don't know, they're mostly into financial stuff, but I like listening to that stuff, right? So I have that going on in the background, and I do my kanji learning, or I don't know, like I gotta keep on doing the same, you know, kanji learning, right? Like, and like learn more new words, or cause like I had to keep pushing it into my life, so I'm more familiar with it all the time. You know, it has to be a part of you. You know, and when you start making that language be a part of you, then you're starting to be like, oh, I don't feel very enthusiastic to do this. I don't feel like doing this because I don't feel the energy that I had when I was starting it from before. In the beginning, it's easy. You know, it's easy to feel, you know, pepped up to do it, right? Because it's new, you know, and the only reason you're doing it because you want to get something out of it, right? But, you know, for most people, not saying you, because I'm thinking that you're a veteran, right? Is that you just lost your spark, right? And in order to hold that spark, you need to be able to create new sparks, you know, new flames. I feel like when I said new flames, I just thought about the Chris Brown thing. You know, the Chris Brown song is like new flame. But anyways, what I'm getting at is that you need to recreate that spark, man. It's not over. You're still in it. You know, if I can keep doing it, you can keep doing it. You know, I know translators get misrepresented as, you know, teachers and all that stuff, whatever. When you talk, oh, you know, I know. Say I don't know exactly what language you're into. Maybe I feel like you know Eric. I feel like you know Eric. But anyways, I feel like translators get the rep of like, oh, you know, they're teachers too. And like, no, we're not teachers. We're nerds behind a computer. Basically, we're just nerds behind a computer. But read literature. I don't know, for me, for Japanese, right? Just read manga. You know, I got really old manga here. It's like double E, and I got like Hunter x Hunter, and I got like, you know, Dragon Ball, and yeah, it's just you gotta build a hobby. Maybe your hobbies aren't priority. Maybe you're thinking more of the money rather than the actual enjoyment of the language anymore. You know, maybe everything's turned financially for you. You know, and if you make it just financially for you, you're not gonna have fun. You know, it's more than this money. You know, some people are looking at language learning, and then some people are looking at if I obtain English, or I obtain Japanese, or whatever, I'll have better work, I'll make more money, I'll make more income. Yes, sure, that's true. You can make more income when you know another language. You can. You know, you've done it, right? But what's the point if you're not having fun? What's the point if you're not enjoying yourself, right? And don't think about the money itself. Think about the journey. You know, think about the journey of what you learn, because like every word that I've learned has some kind of memory towards it, you know, and has some kind of story behind it, which is cool. With Japanese, the whole kanji has its own, you know, little like story. Or you know, if you have the counter 100, the counter 100 is actually represented from a bag of rice, you know, which is really cool to me. And you know, haku to grasp whatever, or nigiri to grasp, or Yeah, well, you don't know this stuff, but this is see I just started talking out of the passion of itself, of it being cool, you know. So hold on to that, man. Try to get back into that. How to study effectively when you have a full-time job and other activities. I've been here 1 year and I don't feel like I've learned much. I thought it was going to be easy to make friends and learn from them, but I was wrong. I take those voluntary conversational classes, but there's no structure, and they can't really explain things due to the lack of English. I will take an intensive course for a month and see how I feel. I've been learning Japanese off and on since '98. I need some structure. Any ideas? I'm not making fun of you. I'm just moving on. So, what you're saying is that you're kind of on and off since '98, right? Of Japanese, right? You're learning Japanese, but at the same time you're kind of on and off with I guess like I think you're the same boat as I forget, Hassan. He's kind of just his passion's in and out, and what you need to be focusing on is not the environment, because you already have the environment. It's more of the effort, right? Your effort is lacking, right? And I think, I'm not saying you're making excuses, man. I'm not saying you're making excuses, but you got an opportunity down there. Like, you got an opportunity to learn a lot more faster than people in Canada and the US, right? And what you need to be doing is to have something, like I said to Hassan, you need to have something in your life that you use from that language that is like, oh, I like reading, so maybe I'll just read in Japanese or whatever, right? And get Japanese books and read that. Or say you like the news and you watch only Japanese news, or news that's translated into Japanese, You gotta be creative. Like, where's the creativity? I'm not trying to yell at you or anything like that. I'm just like, I feel that, since we've gotten older, we've given up on the creative side of our brains, our creative side of us, and we let society kind of like change us and make us think twice about things, I'm sure the reason why you started Japanese, you had either an interest in trying to make money with it, or you just had a genuine interest, so you just like you like Japan, you like Japanese stuff, and this is what I'm gonna do. I don't know where I was going with that, but I understand that you want to do like I think you're taking classes or something like that. So the pet peeve I have with classes of Japanese learning is that I don't know what level of teaching they're doing that, right? Some like their methods of teaching people, in my opinion, I can't say for everybody, but from what I hear, this is just my opinion, from what I hear, is that not very effective, right? And for you to get the best, bang for your buck, you need to self-teach yourself. Like, you need to be self-taught, right? And you need to take advantage of the material they're giving you, but at the same time, have other references, You're trying to get information from everywhere, Like, not just from trying to please your teacher, right? Or try to get a good mark, The marks don't freaking matter, man. The marks don't matter. You excelling, that's the benefit. Like, you getting more out of that course, you getting more out of a conversation you talk with someone is more better, because your value is going to increase within, like 5-10 years from now, whatever. You do it properly, you actually get your grammar and the right structure, your foundation. I'm talking over myself. Get your grammar straightened out, because grammar has its limits, and then after you just do the vocabulary, man, and then you're good. Have some conversation with people so you can understand reference and idioms, and you're good. There's not much else I can touch on that. It's just effort. You gotta put more effort into it, and you gotta surround yourself with things that are gonna motivate you to do it. Like, people, this is my pet peeve. Like, people think that motivation is just a one-time fix, like it's drugs or something. No. You have to keep listening to motivational stuff every single day. Things that are gonna motivate you every single day to create and build, you know. And I don't know what else to say about that, man. You just gotta work at it. You know, I will make videos and to help people, but I can't help you if you can't help yourself. Like, I love people when they're willing to learn. That's why instead of me, one-on-one teaching, I do this. 'Cause I hate teaching. But yeah. If you like my stuff, check description. I got stuff that what's it called? That I've used personally, like I said before, and you can go check it out. And yada 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 yada. Moving on. James McDonald says, Michael, I'm just getting started creating a routine to learn hiragana, katakana, and conjugation. Alright, James, you're starting off, right? You're starting off with the hiragana, katakana. I see you, man. I actually made a video about that in the past. I think that was my first episode on here in SSTJ. And I go down in detail in it. I actually have some links in the description, below in that video of like where you can buy those books, and some sites I think I have inside there that will direct you to the right path, and I'll also tell you how to how to study, like how do you, well, it's SSTJ is supposed to study, but like I actually tell you how to do it, and for my advice to you, if you really want to know hiragana and katakana, read children books. Look at children books, because most children books don't have kanji in it. And if you're gonna go into manga, right? Manga has furigana, and you can read over the kanji text with the furigana, right? And furigana is basically hiragana on top of kanji, basically, right? So, man, just do that. You'll be fine. If you have any more questions, just ask me. I'm here. This is for you guys. Matter of fact, I'll put some helpful stuff in the description below. So if you like this video and you like what I'm saying, and if anything resonated with you, you can just check in the below. And some really good stuff. I've took time. I've bought these things myself. So I know it works because I'm here now. Alright, so, alright, that's everything. If you like the video, like the video, like my stuff, subscribe. If you have any comments, make a comment below, and it might be in the next video, I do this just to, have a back and forth talk with, subscribers and people in, like, Facebook groups and people who respond to me, and I really do want to help. So, just like I said before, stuff in the description if you want to use it. And my social networks are at Twitter, no, not at Twitter, at Myva Games on Twitter, and I'm at Myva_photography on Instagram. You should check me out because I do photography. And yeah, tell me what you like, and no, not tell me what you like. Tell me what you had to say about your Japanese experience and your language learnings, questions, and see what I can do. See you guys in the next video. Peace.